Whew. Now that is a lot of glitter. Hey, welcome back to the Chicken Pants Studio. I'm Claire, an artist working out of the Sonoran Desert, and also this is Frida, who is my studio buddy, and today we're gonna do a little experiment. So, I was inspired by this pin that I found to create a thick, goopy, dimensional painting. I think the original artist's name was Rachel Burke. I Makestagram on Instagram, but I didn't want to copy her or follow her style too closely because that's just the worst. I also wanted to add a pug as the main focus of the painting because that's just what I do. Is this a painting? It uses a lot of paint. We'll just call this an experimental art piece. I believe that experimenting is absolutely vital for artists and for creatives of all stripes. It's what keeps our work vital and alive and helps us to discover new things. Without experimentation, everything becomes stale. Where would we be without experimentation? Boring town. You don't want to be there. Experimenting feels absolutely exhilarating. I felt totally reinvigorated after this painting session. It involved a lot of paint, but was it truly painting? I don't know and I don't care. It was really fun. So, how do you get started experimenting? Find something that intrigues you and turn it on its head. Make some differences, or else it's just copying, which isn't really experimenting. I'm not a huge fan of copying, in case you couldn't tell. Not that there isn't a place for copying, but I digress. That's a topic for another video. Also, a word of caution. Whenever possible, don't buy all the things for your experiment. It's so easy to get carried away and think this is going to be my new thing. But it's also very possible that it won't be the next great thing. And that's fine, so hold off on buying what you don't absolutely need. I say this, and I have all the glitter, and things to push the glitter in with, and little doodads. Ahem. I mean, you're going to probably have to buy some things, especially if you're trying a new medium or creating way the heck out of your comfort zone. Just try not to go nuts. I say this as a reminder to myself. You probably don't need the reminder. This is coming from someone who dropped an embarrassing amount of money on glitter to make this experiment. Learn from my mistakes. I thought I would get all sorts of insights and ideas for what to say in this video while I was creating, but I didn't. My thoughts were strictly limited to needs more pink, put this there. Oh no, I made a mistake. And it was wonderful. I was in the zone, just playing, putting paint down. I haven't had such a good time in the studio for a long time. I was in the flow and loving it. Experimenting could be trying a totally new to you medium, or it could just be trying new things with your current creative outlet. Both are very good and highly recommended. For this piece, I was pretty far from my usual paintings. I have been trying to work more texture in, though. I've been absolutely starving for texture. Thick, beautiful paint, and glitter, and neon, and all the things. I've had this stuff on my mind for a while, but I hadn't found the time to actually work out any of these ideas. Until today. I had been looking at Pinterest the night before, and when I woke up, bam, I was a woman with a purpose. I simply had to make this goopy, masterpiece. I think an important piece of the experimenting puzzle is that you go into it without expectations. Treat it as a true experiment. If it turns out, great. If not, it's all learning what works and what doesn't so that you can do better next time. This makes it zero pressure, which makes it actually fun. I have a really hard time with this. I want everything that I make to turn out perfectly the first time. But I psyched myself up about this one being a pure experiment beforehand, and that even if I wound up chucking it in the garbage, it would still be a valuable learning experience. I was specifically making this not for sale, just making it to see how it goes. I think this is why I was able to get into the flow. I want to heartily encourage you to get all experimental, the sooner the better. I wish I could be more specific, but I don't know what you make, so it's impossible. I just want to say, go for it. If you're anything like me, it's probably been too long since you've experimented creatively. And if you do experiment regularly, you know how great and absolutely vital it is. Plus, it's fun. We all need more fun. I'm not sure I like how this turned out after all that. It's a little too close to the original style for my comfort level. My apologies, Rachel Burke. I didn't mean to. Honestly, I got all bent out of shape because my experiment didn't work out. I really wanted it to, and I spent way too much money on it, and I'm not comfortable with flops. I definitely do not take enough risks in my work. I had such a good time making this thing, too. But then I got all focused on how it didn't work out, which was exactly the wrong thing to focus on. But I have so many ideas for ways I could riff on these supplies in the future, different directions I could take the next one in. If I do something like this again, it will be different and truly my own. I had hoped that it would turn out, and I would have put it in my art treats collection. Little plug here, Art Treats is my daily painting collection. Every day I send out an email for free, full of pug art happiness. You can sign up at the link in the description. And that's all I have for you this week. Make interesting mistakes. Pug hugs. Bye.